Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of December 3rd, 2022. She has what I would call a high-energy replayer. She says she's not familiar, and at this point, I think he is a vanisher. We have gone up and down in what kind of contact type is he before in the original first question. He had been at home, then he's quickly left, and over various questions, we've gone back and forth on what kind of contact type is he, but he seems to really have either vanished or his contact type is very infrequent if he contacts frequently. But there is a lot of monstering, so it's either that he monsters a lot from a distance, or is a vanisher or a distant contactor. But she says it's been a long journey since bomb drop. He is still with the emotional affair as far as I know. I don't really know anything about him, not where he lives. He moved out a year ago. He's rewritten our history. He's accused me of everything under the sun. He doesn't speak out. He doesn't speak to me or see me for he hasn't spoken to me or seen me for a year. He says all of our friends reach out to him and try to make him see that he's destroying his family. Recently, he's told people that I was putting poison in his food and attempting to kill him and take over our properties. People tell me, but I've remained calm. And I'm not sure if you're saying people have told me this and I've remained calm, or if people are also pointing out to you that you've remained calm. But I've remained calm without calling him out. That was why he had to flee our home. Do you think that he will stay away longer in the tunnel because someone is reaching out to him every week? He gave me divorce papers in October. He hates and avoids me totally. So, first thing I want you to know right now, when it says, do you think he will stay longer in the tunnel? At first, my inference from that question first is, I do not want you to come out of this midlife crisis assuming that people come back and reconcile from it. Okay. I want that to be the end result of them. And we want that to be the end result. That's why we're standing. Unfortunately, that's not how most of them end. So I don't want you to come out thinking, well, he's going to stay away for a while and then he'll come back someday. We want it to be that way. And I don't want you thinking, and so if I do the right things, that's how it will work out. Because you could do everything perfectly. And that it doesn't work out that way. It doesn't matter what you do. We don't affect their journey in that way. Yes, we can influence their journey. And we can definitely make it certain that they don't return. We could go out and go scorned and slash their tires and all sorts of things. But on the other side of it, we can't guarantee that they will come home to us. We can guarantee they won't by saying no, and by going scorned and making sure that they would say no. But we can't make sure that they will say yes and choose to reconcile with us, even if we do everything right. And so I want you to make sure that you understand that first. Now, second, you're asking is, will people reaching out, and so I'm assuming it's not you, will all of your friends reaching out regularly to him, other people saying stuff to him, because of that, will that make it so that he stays in the tunnel longer? Will it influence him to be more resistant? It could cause him to be more resistant. That's a really good point about people. We do tend to resist when people are saying, hey, you should do this. No, I'm not going to do that. But I can't tell you if it does. Sometimes we need an intervention, don't we? But you're right. Sometimes the other people need to say, stay away and not say anything. But where's the balance with that? Sometimes we need a caring person to come in and tell us you're being a fool. Are they doing it too much? I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I don't know how much they are doing it, because maybe they're doing it some, but not. Maybe they're not doing it as much as it sounds like they're doing. Someone is reaching out to them regularly, and they're trying to get through to him. Well, they're not going to get through to him, are they? Because it hasn't worked so far. And if it hasn't worked so far, why is it going to, if it didn't work this week and last week and the week before, why is it going to suddenly work next week? It's not going to, here's the thing. And I think this is what, maybe you're recognizing this. If it hasn't worked for 3 weeks in a row, why is it going to work on the 4th week and the 5th week? He needs a break from it, doesn't he? He needs a break from all of these people telling him that he's doing the wrong thing with his life. And he needs to be allowed to do the wrong thing with his life. And it seems, unless I'm reading you wrong, you're recognizing that and asking me about all these other people. You're saying you want, I understand how we want, and we're relieved that all these other people recognize this in our lives. Recognize and say, they're trying to interfere and say, hey, to this person. But you recognize it's not helping. We just need to give it a rest. Let him figure it out. Or at least give him some more space to figure it out for a while. Maybe if you gave somebody longer gaps between hey, you're doing the wrong thing with your life, it would mean something. But if you're constantly peppering somebody with, you're doing the wrong thing all the time, they don't ever have a gap in there for them to figure it out on their own, do they? And so I think that you might be right with that. I'm only thinking that as I am reading that and as I'm speaking this now, because as I read your question initially and was thinking on it, I was thinking, yeah, but maybe not. They have to go through what they're going to go through. But if the situation is that they are constantly doing that, yeah, I think that might be. But what do you do about it? Do you have influence over those friends or family or not? If you have influence over those friends and family, maybe you can stop them and say, hey, you know what? Give it a break. It's not doing anything. It's not that you're giving up on him, but you know what? Maybe give it a rest for a while, because when you pepper somebody constantly with you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, they're just going to stop listening out of spite or because they're just darn tired of it. So, and you have gone through this. He has accused you of a lot of other things, not just the poisoning before this. You have been enemy number 1. And so he's really put you through the ringer. And they don't all do this. Some of them do this, but they don't all. So you have been put through a lot. And can your friends come around you and surround you? And instead of helping you by going to him and trying to show him the error of his ways, what can they do that is a direct support to you? What do you need from them? Is there something that they could do that would be more directly impactful to your healing than them saying, hey, what do you need from us? Could we talk to them for you? Because that's really nice of them, isn't that? But it hasn't done anything. That's not making the dent that you would want it to, is it? And what if, let's just say that was never going to work. But what if there was something that could work, not toward him getting him fixed and reconciled, but what if there was something that could help you feel better? It might not help your marriage, but what if your friends could just help you feel better, help you heal? What can they do for that? Can you talk to them about that? Can they surround you with hugs instead of going somewhere else to help you feel better? It's something to think about, okay? Because I don't think that trying to change his crisis is the way to go about it. He needs to go through it. I'm sorry, okay? But I think you need the hugs. Tell them that, okay? I hope this helps, and I will see everybody in the next